Excuse me. It's Tuesday. Still early in the week. I hope it's been good to you so far. Hope Tuesday's been good to you so far, as well as Monday. Um, you know, we take what we get. Hey, Austin. Austin says, "Hi, Yogi. Guys, does Runaway does 2 times 2 really equal 5? That is the question. That is the question. This morning's live stream, um, talking about A Course in Miracles, as I do in the morning, among other stuff. Um, I don't remember his name. New to the channel, but he came in and said 2 times 2 equals 5, and I was ecstatic to see that, thinking that two things. First, I was thinking that he was mentioning um, Kenneth Wapnick, who was one of the great teachers of A Course in Miracles. Passed away not too long ago, maybe 2018 or something. Very influential at the very beginning of the course. He wrote a wonderful book. And I have it here. I brought out my copy. I'm glad that person in the chat reminded me of it. When 2 times 2 equals 5. This is a take on Dostoevsky's book, The Idiot, where his protagonist talks quite a bit about 2 times 2 equals 4. Or does it? Or does it? 2 times 2 equals 4 is a representation of the everyday world, the world we are told that we live in, the world that we're told that we're supposed to live in. It's a world devoid of magic, devoid of all but the most mundane inspiration. 2 times 2 equals 4 is the color within the lines. Use the right crayon. Dream, but not real big. Just big enough. Give me a second, guys. Our friend Martine just put up a video. So I'm going to play it through for watch time, and then I will watch the whole thing. It's chicken curry casserole, dairy-free, homemade. She offered to make a video for our friend Runaway on oranges and orange juice, and he thumbed his nose in the air and refused. That doesn't sound like Runaway, though, does it? All right. Hey, Erica Point, how are you? So give me a second. I'm going to bring up my desktop. So I can read the comments. So I'm going to read a little bit from both Kenneth Wapnick's book and Dostoevsky, which I'm almost positive I'm pronouncing wrong. I mean, what are the odds of me getting a famous Russian novelist's name correct? So, page 7. This is from excerpts from the book The Idiot, Dostoevsky's one of his earliest, but it was very influential. Influenced Nietzsche as well as Sigmund Freud. Dostoevsky has actually been extremely, maybe the most influential novelist, philosopher ever. So I'm just going to read a little bit from it. Hey, Ash. You've got to take it, the world, as it is. There's nothing else to do because 2 times 2 is mathematics. Go argue with that. For goodness sakes, they'll yell at you. You can't rebel. There is 2 times 2 makes 4. Nature doesn't ask your approval. She doesn't care about your desires and whether you like her laws or not. You have to take her as she is, and consequently, all her conclusions as well. A wall, then, is a wall, etc., etc. Good Lord, what do I care about the laws of nature and of arithmetic? If for some reason I do not like those laws, and this 2 times 2 makes 4, of course I won't ram through such a law with my head, if I really do not have the strength to ram through it. But I will not submit just because I have a stone wall before me and you do not have enough strength. So what he's saying is, we don't need to view the world by the laws that we are told from birth. First math class, 2 times 2 makes 4. We're always told that. However, 2 times 2 makes 5 is the belief in magic, in the belief of inspiration, in the belief that we don't need to conform with how we're told we are. An inner rebel. We don't need to go out and start an actual revolution. What we're asked for here is to create a revolution in our minds. Think outside the box. Use the wrong crayon, color outside the lines. Discover. Is it true? Is it always true? Does 2 times 2 always make 4? Again, it's a metaphor. So let me read the last thing. Again, this is from The Idiot. Fyodor Dostoevsky. I agree that 2 times 2 makes 4 is a wonderful thing, but if we are to praise everything, then 2 times 2 makes 5 is sometimes a most delightful little thing. That is what we're talking about. A most delightful little thing. Let's see. Ash is saying hi to everyone. Eric says hi to Ash. So here's an example. Eric Lapointe, what did you grow up thinking you'd like to be? And at some point in Eric Lapointe's life, he sort of realized he did everything he was supposed to do. I'm surmising, of course. But hopefully Eric will fill in some of the details, if he doesn't mind. At some point in his life, and him and I have talked about this before, he's talked about it in the chat. At some point in his life, he thought, all right, I played by all the rules of the things that I'm supposed to do to earn an income, take care of the things that need to be taken care of. And yet there was this nagging feeling of not being completely fulfilled, that maybe a simpler life, maybe something outside the 2 times 2 equals 4. Maybe he could live a life 2 times 2 equal 5. And somehow along the line, he discovered being a Christmas tree farmer was actually a passion, something that he loved to do. So, yeah, I don't know if he can add in. Ash says, we got some big numbers for Luke. It's a lot of numbers to equal 5. So our entire lives, we have lived by the 2 times 2 makes 4 rules, logic. Course in Miracles says that's what got us into this mess. If you look around at the violence, at the warfare, at the inequality, at political divisiveness, neighbor versus neighbor, drugs, on and on and on, environmental damage, treatment of animals, starving children, and we come to accept it all. That's 2 times 2 equals 4. life as we know it. It would be nice to change it, and maybe we can change a little bit of it. Maybe if we have enough sophisticated weapons, no one would want to go to war. It doesn't seem to be happening, though, does it? Maybe if we make fast food, people can afford to eat it. However, then they can't afford health care because it really, you know, leads to some damage to the health quite a bit. Ash says, I'm doing x times y z equals x y squared. Songahan, my friend, how are you? Ash says, hey. So, of course, Miracle says, you know what? That world of 2 times 2 equals 4 is never going to change. It's always going to be that way. Always. We're always going to have war. We're always going to have people starving. It's always going to be crime. There's always going to be issue after issue after issue. However, we can change our perception of that world by going within. Hey, Life, how are you? Life says, like done. Appreciate that. Luke says, fast food isn't cheap these days either. Yeah, I imagine not. The last time I was at a fast food place, Mocha and I went to try the Impossible Burger, Burger King, the vegan burger. It was okay, but yeah, it was expensive. Kayla says, hi, Yogi. So what if everyone in his life, outside of obviously those close to him, but you know, teachers, whomever, let's say given Eric LaPointe, so I hope you don't mind me using you as an example, Eric, giving him advice and saying, you know, it's pretty impractical to be a Christmas tree farmer, or it's pretty impractical to get a job doing something in nature. Most people don't get those jobs. You might not be able to sort your family in that job. It might be whatever. And let's say he believed him. Then Eric LaPointe would be living in a 2 times 2 makes 4 world. Instead, for whatever reason, full credit to Eric LaPointe, for whatever reason, he thought, you know what, maybe 2 times 2 makes 5. Maybe I can live an inspired life where I wake up each morning and I think, I get to do this. I get to sit on a tractor. And now he gets to sit on a tractor and give a live stream. Speaking of tractors, I had a conversation this morning on Goga. We were testing out StreamYard for the upcoming live stream that we're going to do. He's going to do. I'm going to be a guest. And he sent me a link, and the link was inadvertently to his live stream that he was doing, where he was riding a tractor mowing the lawn. And I thought, that doesn't look like Eric LaPointe on a tractor. Something's wrong here. Hey, Kayla, how are you? Luke says, I'm an oatmeal and chicken and rice kind of guy. I'm an oatmeal and rice kind of guy for sure. No chicken, but, you know, hey, not judging. Oatmeal, I eat a lot of oatmeal, twice a day, actually. Ash says, trivia question, what is always in front of you that you can't see? Always in front of you that you can't see? Well, I can see the tip of my nose. I don't know. What? Life says, right now I have a headache. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I will try to speak in hushed tones. It's the future. Ah. Gotcha. That makes sense. Semper says, greeting beautiful souls. Life says, any exercise for a headache? Is it a migraine or just a headache? Are you hydrated. One of the first and most common signs of dehydration is a headache. Um, One of the things that every ultra runner knows. Um, and if it's stress related, then a couple things that we can do. Simple, easy breathing. You can lie on your back. It's called Shavasana, which means corpse pose. Just lie on your back, palms up, feet splayed, relaxed. You can do it on a yoga mat if you have one, or a blanket if you don't. And Life says, just a headache. I used yogurt in a meal. So dairy doesn't agree with you. Um, and when you're in that position, when you're lying on your back, nice and relaxed. If you need to elevate your head just a little bit, concentrate on breathing through the nose, exhaling through the nose, letting the belly rise, letting the belly fall. You can put you want your chest to move just a little bit. So you got one hand on your chest, one on your belly. You should feel your hand on your belly go up and down. Your chest should move minimally, if at all. That's it. You can add what's called the ujjayi breathing, which is that ha sound very gently. And it really is, with your mouth closed, like you're fogging up a pair of glasses. We teach this breath all the time. You're making that ha sound, but with your mouth closed, very gently. Same with when you're breathing in. Pretend that you are imitating someone who is a very gentle snorer. They snore, but very gently. And then just relax. Nothing special. Just watch the breath in, watch the breath out. Gentle snoring sound. Relax. If you fall asleep, excellent. It means you're nice and relaxed. You'll wake up without a headache. It's all done without effort, no strain. Sippa says, to life, also get off any screen and away from blue light. Listen to nature, birds, water. Nature, birds, water cures everything. One of the easiest ways of improving your sleep is what Sniper just said. Get away from blue light. Give yourself half an hour minimum, an hour even better. If you can take a walk right around dusk and you start decompressing, listening to nature, I always talk about the benefits of walking as the sun comes up, getting that first light, and it's invaluable. However, getting that lingering light as the sun starts going down is invaluable as well, because it helps you keep into that circadian rhythm. You're locked in. Now your body is starting to take the neurochemicals that you produced in the morning by getting early morning sunlight. Those hormones die off in the course of the day, and the waste material left over, your body converts to melatonin and serotonin. So when you take that walk sometime after your last meal, it helps your digestion. You're doing it very lightly. You're burning some calories. That's not the main objective, though. It's not exercise. It is an evening meditation. Nasal breathe. The sunlight helps convert, that dying sunlight helps convert those chemicals, hormones even faster. The dying of the light triggers a circadian response. Your body starts to shut down for the evening. So you don't want to ruin it with too much blue light afterwards. Man, that's hard. It's hard for people because we're so tuned in. We got to know what's going on in the world. I see that every time I walk, every 2 or 3 times a day when I'm walking, people out in nature, their head down, looking at their phone, headphones in, or they are having a conversation with someone who isn't even there in person. they are talking to a friend who, for whatever reason, isn't with them, doing everything but enjoying the walk. Let's see. 8:35 says maybe going fly fishing again tomorrow. Depends on how my mom acts. Well, I hope you get to go out. Let's see. It's night here. It's enough to just relax. Let's see. Sniper says the golden hour before sunsets. Yes. Especially important to many photographers. Mocha talks about the golden hour quite a bit, as that is like just beautiful time to get out, take photos. Hey, Jacob. Jacob's dropping some links. Much appreciated. Let's see. Life says thanks. It's working slowly. Yep, no hurry. Just want to focus on relaxing. Ease any tension. Scan your body. Wherever you feel tense, send it light. Breathe into that area. If your feet feel tense, consciously relax them. Breathe love and light into those areas. Work your way up from the toes to the calves. Anything that feels tight, anywhere there's tension, breathe into it. Thighs, hips, belly, chest and shoulders. Most importantly, the jaw. Relax that jaw, relax your eyes, relax the temple, the top of your head, and then just stay in that space that you just created. Hey, Wald. Wald says, hey, Eric. Hello, my friend. How are you? Hey, you got a, was it yesterday or the day before? You said you got a new knife. Anti-spam. So you don't like spam? When I was a kid, there was nothing like a spam sandwich. Man, we put spam in everything. Ginger says, oh, well, I finally find the best looking bald guy in the woods by himself. Well, I don't know about the best looking bald guy. Top 5, maybe? Well, it says, thanks, Jacob. Squirrel Snapper says, walking with disconnection. Absolutely. And I don't know what, it's a shame. I always feel like, I don't know. I almost said I don't know what to do about it. Of course, there's nothing to do about it. I can't go around shouting at people, put your phone down. I can't do that for very long, at least. Eventually, I would get locked up. But man, I guess, you know what? Sometimes the best we can do, have these conversations with people. Disconnecting from nature means disconnecting from your largest sense of self. You go out in nature for a reason. Don't take your toys with you. I'm not saying leave your phone behind, but you don't need to be engaged. Pascal, famous philosopher Pascal, said all of man's troubles arise from his inability to sit alone in his room for an hour. Paraphrasing, of course. And it's even worse now. He wrote this, what, in 17 something? Oh, age. Jacob isn't spamming. He's dropping links for everyone so they can grow their channel. Ginger says, what are we rubbing down, Yogi? This is, wait, what are we doing here? That's a good question. Hey, Duke City. Popping in to say hi and give a like. Much appreciated. Let me, while you're here, my friend, if you guys wanted, for my fishing friends, Duke City Fishing. He is now a mod. It's easier to subscribe. Ginger says, spam what you need. Spread the love. Jacob, absolutely. Jacob drops the link for Ginger. Squirrel says, A35, what's spamming to you? Jacob is dropping links to everyone's channel. I think you should know before you take everything the wrong way. Absolutely. Semper says 10 seconds is enough. Ginger says that's why I timed him out. Squirrel says he didn't know the love Jacob brings. Absolutely. A35 says, Squirrel, sorry. No offense, I didn't know. That's okay. Well says Ginger Rogers, I subbed. Duke City says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Easy way to help each other grow. Our friend Ginger, it was last week, right? Was just up north. Not too far from the Canadian border. Fishing for 4 days. A35 says, Duke City, the fly fish. Who else says, Jacob, a subbed. Excellent, Well, no one is more help for everyone's channel than our friend Jacob. Who else said, I think I subbed to most here. Jacob says, thank you, Weldon Carey. Hey, Jacob, can you drop, oh, there it is. Make sure you subscribe to, especially, Weld, the Jacob Colby J. Sinky link. That's his main channel. The Jacob Colby is his support channel that he uses to help people, because that's what Jacob does. As Sniper said, he brings the love. But his main channel, the one where you're going to see excellent work day in and day out, that's the Jacob Colby J. Sinky link. Walt says, you're welcome. Jacob drops Odom's link, and that's the important thing. If you look, Jacob is dropping links for people who aren't even here right now, but just valued members of the community. Well, says Jacob, if you like knives, I post them. Ginger says, Weldon Carey, thank you, buddy. Hey, Ginger, do you like knives? Hey, Odom. Nice to see you, my friend. I didn't see you come in earlier, so I'm glad Jacob dropped that link. Timo, my friend, how are you? Optimob is here. Our friend Carl is here. Carl says, good evening, everyone. How are you, Card? Let's see. Optimob says hi to Carl. A35 says, is fly fishing with just a nymph normal? Because I don't use a second fly. I only use fly line leader and nymph. Is that normal? Maybe our friend Ginger, maybe Duke City would know. I have no idea. Hey, does it work for you? That's what counts. Don't worry about normal. Optimob says, Eric, poop pouty to you, Jay. See that? I almost got lost in that. Timo, poop pouty. Jacob says, say brother Optimob. Well, it says responsible, safe knife handling. Of course. I've seen you flip the blade around on one of your live streams. That was pretty impressive. You definitely have skills. Carl says, feel a loner on YouTube. Why is that, Carl? Why is that? And what can we do to help with that? I've sat in some of your live streams and I really enjoy them a lot. Duke City says sub to Squirrel. Waving at Optimob. Let's see. Duke City says A35, not really, but thinking of starting soon. I've never fly fished before. My father has. I have lots of relatives who do. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Ginger says I don't collect knives. No, sorry. I collect. I'm collecting not like my trucks for parts I want to build. Gotcha. How's that coming along? So how many people's fathers had big jars, big containers, nuts and bolts, screws, nails, washers, that in a lifetime, no, I still have it from my dad. In a lifetime, no one would ever get around to using all of that stuff. Maybe some of you actually have inherited it yourselves and you've started your own. Might have to be a certain age to remember that. Optimop says hello to Odom. Timo says hi to Duke. Walt says, okay, Jacob. Ginger, gotcha. Walt says, thanks, Eric. Duke has subbed to Jacob. Hey, Duke, make sure you sub to the Jacob J. Colby Sinky link, and not just the Jacob Sinky. Jacob Sinky is his support channel, which, you know, find and subscribe to, but his main channel is where all the action is. Jacob says, I definitely do like knives, brother. Weldon Carey, I love your channel. Awesome. Ginger says, I stay away from anger and frustration. I am Ginger. That's why I stay away from bars, drama. Understood. Hey, but it's good that you've realized that. You know, you've taken those proactive steps. Some people never learn. Seriously. Timo says, Squirrel I use for fishing a bottle of beer to catch German fish, Irish fish. Hey, Sabine. Sabine says, hello, Yogi Eric. 835 says, careful with knives. I agree, careful with knives, but our friend Weld, he's definitely a professional. You can tell, one, if you listen to him talk, highly recommend visiting his channel. And you just watch how there's a reverence to it. He had nothing but respect for what he's doing. He has nothing but respect for what he's doing. Speed says slow to all the friends in the chat. Optimop says for a vegan fish, a carrot. That would work. Let's see. Ginger says I'm getting closer to my build on Chevy. Nice. Man, I hope you post at least photos and stuff on your community page. If you don't make videos, photos would be awesome. Timo says, I don't need a knife. I have a Malnois. What is that? And Bax loves me. He would give his life for me. Yeah, there is nothing like the loyalty of a dog. That's for sure. Timo says, I love the channel of Weldon Carey. Speed says, hello to Duke City. Duke says, hey to Weld. For Irish fish, you need a pint. And it's got to be Guinness, right? It's got to be dark. 835 says, a bit of yogi and spirits. Both of which just a little bit goes a long way. Speed says hello to Ginger. Hey, Chad. Chad says, my wife's Ginger, firecracker, hot temper, my experience. That seems to be the case, doesn't it? Sepa says time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. This is, can't argue with that. Ginger says the barflies never learn. They provoke it no matter what. I've been there. Carl says I can't wait for the changes on YouTube. Hey, Carl, what's going to change? What's going on with YouTube? And I thought we were going to be able to make 3-minute shorts, which I don't know if that's a great thing or not, but I was interested in trying it because I figured they're going to promote the heck out of it for several months, like they do every new thing. You know, really promoting the vertical live stream. Ginger says I will do it. Hey, you guys subscribe to Carl? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, Ginger. Ginger says Chad Collar Cinnamon Muff. That's a nice pet name for her. And if she doesn't like it, please refer to her to our friend Ginger Rogers, who gave you that suggestion. Do not, please do not, send her to Just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement with any complaints. Hey, Maddie, how are you? And he says, hi, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, Malinois, Belgian Shepherd, the dog breed equals Bucks. Gotcha. Thank you for that. Chad says, Irish Delmia, eat pork or let it ferment. Dilemma. Eat pork or let it ferment. We got more links dropped. Speed says hi to Jacob. Hey, Wetback. Wetback says, hello, brother. Hello, my friend. How are you? Carl says, new law passed in Ireland today helps me. What's the new law? So what's the changes with Facebook and what's the new law in Ireland? Let's see. Sniper says, hopefully not a purge of truther channels. Those are pretty big for the most part, aren't they? So I think YouTube is going to keep the profitable things around. Ginger says, y'all stranger danger and flee. That's our motto. People come here. I don't have any advice to give. One thing. Y'all stranger, no matter the situation, no matter what it is. Y'all stranger danger and flee. Stand up in church sometime and yell that and see what happens. And actually do it. Just stand up, yell stranger danger, and flee. See if anyone follows you. By the way, this is not advice. Duke says, sub to Carl. Awesome. If you don't like it. Gotcha. That would work. So for marital advice, Ginger Rogers. Let's see. Maddie says, just came back from school. I hope you had a good day. Carl says it's to do with social media. Well, I hope it does help you then. Timo says, Eric, I made a nice video with Bax, first dog view. Oh, you know what? I saw that and I have that saved, so I will make sure to check it out. And Timo drops the link for it. If you guys bring it up. First dog view, so you know it's going to be good. There's nothing like the curiosity of a dog. Thanks for dropping that, Timo. Purge happened in 2018. Interesting. Hey, Joe. Timo says, you're welcome, Eric. Jacob drops the link for uh, Wetback. Thank you, Jacob. Timo says hi to Joe Delaney. So, a few months ago, Joe Delaney was on Goga's Sunday sermon. And I was talking about that with Goga this morning. If you watch the beginning, Joe mentioned several times she was nervous. And when she came on, you could tell she was nervous. She didn't try to hide it. It wasn't like, I'm nervous, but no one's going to see it. She was completely and 100% authentically herself. And yet, as she started talking, as she started sharing in the presence of Goga, you could see her visibly relax. And then her message took over and she flowed, and it was beautiful. The whole thing was beautiful. To be able to watch that moment where you saw her starting to relax, that's what made it. I take a lot of comfort for that because thanks to Joe, I met Goga. Goga's become a wonderful friend, and he has invited me to sit with him this Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And they'll be asking some questions. We'll be talking. He's a yogi. He's a yogier yogi than I am. So, hey, if you guys want to join, come on by. Hey, Jace. We got some emojis for Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. Jacob drops Jace's link. Jacob says, Jace, my brother. Jace is going live at 2. What time is it now? It's a good question. And he's going to do 1,000 sit-ups. Jace could have taken the easy way. He asked our friend Lever Toy Pops, I will do a live stream dedicated to you. How many should I do? And she was thinking, well, 50 sounds like a lot. And 50 is a lot for everyone but Jace and Jacob. And Burpee Reaper, of course. So I had to make sure that she knew. And Jace has done over 1,000 sit-ups in a row. Like on a regular basis. On a, it's Tuesday. Let's do 1,000 sit-ups. So now Jace at 2 o'clock is going to be doing 1,000 sit-ups. And he's dedicating it to our friend Love Our Toy Pops, who is on a mission. And you know what her mission is? She wants to help you grow your channel. She wants to help you. Odom says, Mr. President, Goga. I agree. I can't believe he wants to talk to me, to be honest with you. Joe Delaney says, thank you, Yogi, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you, Joe. Again, I would not have met Goga if it wasn't for you. So he has it up. And if you see, let me bring it up real quick. I'm going to read it for you. If I can find it. Oh, I think he might have changed it. He had the Ever Demure, Eric McCarty. The title is, oh, there it is. Connect to the Ever Demure host, Jesse Yogi doing burpees. And of course, Mocha had to swing by and say Eric is ever demure and ever mindful. So the title is The Journey Within, How Self-Inquiry and Forgiveness Helps You Discover Inner Peace. That's what we will be talking about. What I love about Goga is he's on point. Me, I come in with a theme, and 5 minutes later, I am talking about, I don't know, squirrels, puppy dogs, cats, or any combination of them. But him, he'll keep me on point. We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. Jace waves at Joe. Jace says, Sabine, sister, Timo, brother. All right, let me catch up. Gonna skip some of the hi. Gonna skip some of the hellos. Optimob says, good news. The Optimo channel is only 97,152 subs from 100K away. The glass is half full. One subscriber at a time. I joined with Optimob in the celebration of the half full glass that is getting fuller, drop by drop by drop every single day. I talked, this was a while ago, 100,000, 100K channels. Certain channels, you know, right from the start, it is a 100K channel. The numbers might not reflect it now, but they will. Optimob, 100K channel. Timo, the skill that he brings, Team Optimob itself, remember Timo, Sabine, Bax, it's a team. Joe Delaney, 100K channel, without a doubt. I think Jace is a 100K channel because of all the tons of workout channels. All of them are great. All of them are spreading a message. Beautiful message. Just something about Jace where he sincerely wants to take you from wherever you are to wherever you would like to be. And he just has that message. You can do this. And he presents it in such a gentle way. Sometimes the raw intensity of people can, not intimidating, but they think, man, I can't do this. It's too much. Hey, Flower is here. I was thinking about you this morning. Flower, how are you? Flower says, hi, Yogi. Our good friend, Flower. But yeah, Jace, he has that gentle approach. He invites you. And it makes you start thinking, you know what? I could do this. Timo says, be always optimistic. I agree. Optimobe. Optimobe. Be optimobe. 100%. Hey, if you start doing merchandise, that would be a good shirt. I would wear that shirt. Timo says, yes, YouTube is a marathon. Here's what I'm thinking. I mentioned this to Lover Toy Pups. I think I can be a 10K channel. I think I can support a 10K channel. And I think a 10K channel would, you know, provide for me the income that I need or wish for. Maddie says, bye, Eric. I have to go play a game with my sister. Well, thanks for stopping in and hanging out, Maddie. Much appreciated, and enjoy the game. Tell your sister we said hi. Peaches says, yes, 3 plus 3 equals 16. I agree, 100%. Timo says, we'll see how far we come. Absolutely. Here's what you notice with Optimob is meticulous. Nothing seems haphazard. Everything is on point and has a purpose. And it is to highlight and showcase the beauty of nature, the beauty specifically nature in Switzerland, to share joyful things what a channel. And all the negativity in the world, but all the negativity online, social media, a channel that says, you know what, I'm going to put out something joyful. I'm going to share some beauty. To me, amazing. So what's new, Flower? Timo says hi to Flower. Joe drops a link for Optimob. Thank you, Joe. Let's see. Everyone is saying hi. Timo says, thank you, Joe Delaney. It's my glass half full sentence. I do only here on Eric's channel. And I'm honored, my friend. Flo says, well, what's up with the hellos? Well, it's been a while. Everyone's missed you. Stuart, the fish whisperer, is here. Did I miss you come in, my friend? I'm looking for Stuart. I don't quite see him. PJ Mask Patrolman says, yo, Flo. She'll know who that is right away. There he is. Stuart says, hello, Yogi brother. Hey, Stuart, how are you? Stuart, you got a live stream coming up? Flower says hi to Jen. Knight says it's because you basically went off the grid. Yeah, but I figured, you know, school. Flower says hi to PJ. I guess you're Knight. Yep. Tima says, hey, Stuart Fish Whisperer, how is my second best fisher on the Western world? Let's see. Sniper says, Truthers, air and coffee for those who want to wake up. What is that, Sniper? Flower says, hi, Noodle. Speed says, sorry, Stuart, I wrote the last part of your name wrong. Joe says, Jace, turn on the notification for your live. It's coming up. Just a few more minutes. I'm going to make the hour. I don't know why. It's because I was an ultra runner. I set a goal. I largely live a goalless life. You know, I've chased goals a long time. But I do say to myself, you know what? I'm going to do a minimum of an hour live stream, and I stick with that. So that means in about 7 more minutes, we'll call it a day. We'll hang out with Jace. Hopefully Stuart will be doing a live as well. Stuart says, I'm done with live streaming, Yogi brother. Good vibes and still get trash. Man, we need to talk about that, Stuart. And I agree. You do give good vibes. Nothing but good vibes. But when you put out that light, you're going to draw the shadows. Your job is never to give in to the shadows, but to shine brighter. And man, Stuart, you are a bright, bright light. I love your live streams. I was mentioning Optimob, Joe Delaney, how these people are putting out such positive messages, spreading joy. You too. Man, highlight of my day. However long I can stay. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes I have you up. Most of the times I have you up and I'm in and out as I'm going about my business, as I'm making my dinner. When I eat, I can sit in front of the computer and watch and listen. Man, I really hope you reconsider. Not trying to talk you out of whatever decision you make, but I do want you to know how valuable you are to me, how valuable you are to the community. Cypress says, a brand of coffee coming out of Texas. Ah, gotcha. I wonder how it is. Have you tried it? I drink instant coffee. Everyone groans when they hear me say that. Instant coffee, organic instant coffee. It's actually really, really good. And I just like the process. I love hearing a teapot. Now, there's something about the smell of percolating coffee that's awesome. I miss that. But I time part of my yoga practice to water boiling to make my coffee. Joe says, sorry. Optimop says, we'll do a silent live stream on a runaway at the airport. I don't know. I don't know if you're being serious or not. In a way, that would be really awesome. I would watch that. Joe says, Odom, I was watching your video on creating a new bed the other day. I promise I'm going to start sooner or later. I appreciate your share. That would be a nice addition on your channel, Joe. Some gardening, making your own or growing your own organic food. Sniper says, Optimob, where are you off to? Odom says, you got it, Joe Delaney. Jace says, it's time for me. All right, Jace, I will be there in 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Actually, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Let's see. Flower says, well, oops. Well, I won't be here often now. I'm going to be spiritually. I mean, after all, you helped me realize the beauty of nature and how lucky we are to have it. So you'll always be part of my soul. Well, thank you, Flower. And you know what? Stop in when you can. Stop in when you want to. You are always your family. Not just part of the family of just a yogi doing burpees, not just part of the family of the whole community, my family and Mocha's. Anything you ever need, we are here to help you. Timo says, School Sniper, I fly to bed. That's my silent live. Gotcha. Flower says, hugs to you, Miss Joe. Joe Delaney says, hugs to Flower. And Flower, that was a really, really nice thing for you to say, spiritually, that you'll always be here. Thank you. But you know what? Also, when you're able to, just come in with a hi. It would be greatly appreciated. Skeeter says, everyone cheers. Brother Yogi. Hey, Skeeter, how are you? Skeeter, you going to be catfishing tonight? Optimob drops all the flowers for Flower. Thank you, Timo. You are much loved, Flower, by all of us. That says, well, good luck, Flower. Timo says, online flowers. Don't give up too much water. They don't. They take very little care. Flowers, thank you, Optimum. Flower says, thanks, Night. Hey, Tandra. Tandra says, hey, Yogi. It was fun hanging out with Tandra over on Love Our Toy Pups earlier today. Hey, Vincent. Horror Spice says, hey, everyone. How you doing, Vincent? Optimob says, hi, Horror of Spice. Ginger says, I mix dark coffee, 10 ounces, 6 ounces of like cinnamon vanilla or caramel pecan, and a splash of milk. And you will get juiced up like a like a crackhead. That sounds pretty good. Man, I like anything cinnamon. I like anything vanilla. And I like anything caramel. Now, two things. Do you say caramel or caramel? And do you say pecan or pecan? Little things. Vincent's saying hi to everyone. Netwatcher says I'm here always, as I am a lurker of the highest degree. I appreciate the lurking. Night Watcher, the Night Watcher patrolman, is a great moderator. So to know that he's lurking, ready to pounce, ready to strike, if there's any near gargoyles, is that the right word? Sniper says, "Hey, Night Watcher." Timo says, "Too much water. I hope you have apple apple care." That's good advice. Excellent advice. Do not water your online flowers. Tandra says, "Hi to Sabine and Yogi." Yes, it sure was. Horror of Space says, "I am well. Rough start of the day, but in good spirits." I'm glad you're in good spirits, and sorry about the rough start. I hope it just progresses better and better and better as the day goes on. Ginger says, "Caramel." I think I used to say caramel, and I think everyone beat it into me to say caramel. Caramel. It makes more sense. That's how it's spelled, right? Does it need an extra A? That's what we were talking about at the beginning of the channel. 2 times 2 makes 4. Everyone tells you, say caramel, or the other way around. And eventually, you cave and you find that you're saying what everyone has always told you to say. However, we can always live in a 2 times 2 makes 5 world of our choosing, changing our perception. Optimov says, "Chandra, put the notification bell on. I hope you get your next live." I hope we have one coming up soon, Tandra. Timo says, "I have only the best advices." Absolutely. Anything that I say correctly in German, which isn't a whole lot, is a direct result of the video tutorial of Optimom. Timo says, "Sometimes I talk to myself on any next expert advice." Well, who better to go to but Timo, including for Timo. Vincent says, caramel and pecan. Pecan. Okay, so we got 2 opposing camps. Caramel, pecan. Sabine says, Timo, on which side do you have the BS bucket today? Sniper says, just like the word nice. Timo says, except 30 minutes more as usually. So I got extra good advice. Little extra sleep. Always good. Jacob drops the link for Stuart. Tony says, "I hope you can come along to my Halloween one. The live up and ready for the 31st. I'm looking forward to it." Chad says, "Interesting problem here. Did you know smartest man in the world, Albert Einstein, spells his last name wrong? I before E, except after C. I did not realize that. Excellent point. They say that Einstein was extremely smart in math, physics, but outside of that, you know, he didn't have a lot of common sense, is what I was told." Odin says, "I used to talk to myself a lot too. I realized that guy's crazy." There's a deep insight. There's a deep insight to that comment. Sabine's laughing at Optimum. All right, guys, gonna wrap things up. Our friend Jace is live right now. 1,000 sit-ups. Timo says, laughing, Odom Homestead. "Now you must know English isn't my mother tongue. You can't imagine what nerves Sabine must have to live with me together. Nerves of steel." Sabine says, "Odom, as long as you don't answer yourself, you should be fine. Or argue with yourself." Sniper says, "Tundra, did you know Halloween was actually May the 13th? changed in the 9th century. You mentioned that once before, Sniper. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to look that up. Be interesting to read about. Tandra says, Squirrel, hi there. And nope. We learned lots of interesting things from our friend Squirrel Sniper, that's for sure. Odom says, Optimob, laughing, Speed, I do often. All right, we're going to wrap things up. Hopefully, I'll see you guys over at Jace's. Love our Toy Pops. We'll be doing another live stream later. Hey, Tandra, when you said everything's all set up. So next live stream, you're able to come in. If you don't mind dropping a link, and we can share it out with everyone. Be on Halloween. Halloween's not that far away. Just a week. Oh, and we have the first-person dog video that Optimob posted up above. You can find it in the chat. Just go to Optimob's channel. You got to see the world from Bax's point of view. You know why? Bax is a loving and wise and kind-spirited dog. He's going to show you how the world really looks. Bax is a yogi of the highest degree. Sabine says, bless you all. Lots of love to you, my friend. Ginger says, Skeeter, did you get anything fancy? Tima says, nice and funny stream. Thank you for helping to make it both, to making it nice and to making it funny. Much appreciated. A live stream is all about the people that show up. And you know what? When you guys show up, all of you guys, it is a very successful live stream each and every time because of you guys. Big, big love, support, shout out. If she's still here listening, our friend Flower, please just stop in and say hi whenever you're able to. It doesn't have to be all the time. Just let us know everything's okay with you. Lots of love to you, my friend. I'll see everyone later. Take care.